#hacked.
Thank you for that interesting introduction, Jackson. Anyways, what's up everyone? My name is Matthew Ginzali and welcome to a show I like to call Reasons to Live. It's a show dedicated specifically towards all of you out there watching this who struggle with suicidal thoughts like I once did, to remind you that there are dozens, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, decillion, infinite reasons why you should choose life. The topic of today's episode is changing the world. Now I know that can seem like this big, gigantic reason that's unachievable or unattainable for a lot of us watching this. And to that I say, hear me out. Maybe you might not be one of these people who changes the course of history, or the world itself, or your country itself, or your local area itself. But I do know one thing. Over the course of your life, you will influence multiple people's lives for the better. In essence, changing their world for the better. How do I know? This is a hard lesson that I didn't think I could do when I struggled with suicide myself. Around the time of my suicide attempt, I thought the world would be better off without me. And I still felt that way for a really long time, but in starting Green Autism, I was able to see that my impact on this world is a positive one, and I'm going to make it an even more positive one as time goes on. Now, Green Autism hasn't skyrocketed to the giant lengths I have for it. I mean, I want to create a free suicide prevention lifeline for people with autism for Green Autism, and obviously that hasn't happened yet. I want to build centers for people struggling with autism, and that hasn't happened yet. But here's the thing. Sometimes, and another thing, I don't get that many views on these videos, but sometimes I will get a comment from somebody with autism, and they'll be like, your videos and your work has helped me when I was struggling at my lowest points. You really made a positive impact in my life. And something will just melt inside my heart, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the greatest feeling in the world, knowing that you've helped someone. It honestly, when I get comments like that, it makes me realize that I made the right choice in choosing to live, in choosing to keep going, to keep fighting. And it's really means the world to me. I always say this, help others and you will be helping yourself when it comes to stuff like this. Trust me. Alright guys, that's it for today. But before you go, I would like to have a quick word with you if that's alright. Now down in the link in the description below, I put 5 mental health resources that you guys can use if you find yourself struggling with various things, such as an LGBT issue, sexual assault or anything along those lines, unfortunately, or suicidal thoughts or suicidal crises. But the Trevor Project, the Trans Lifeline, the National Sexual Assault Hotline, the Crisis Text Line, and the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Now, I know you've probably seen those before, and unfortunately right now they might be just that, just numbers to you. So here's what I did. On top of putting their respective numbers with you, I also put their respective web pages so you can check out things such as their FAQ page that explains what happens when you call and reach out to them in a very detailed way. Speaking of that, when you're done listening to me ramble and looking at my hair go in the wind, I would like you to click the first link in the description, if that's okay, and it'll take you to an article by BuzzFeed News that does a really great job of explaining what happens when you call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline or text the Crisis Text Line. Amazing job at brushing away those stupid stereotypes and stigmas that prevent a lot of us from reaching out for help. I'll leave you with this. I know the concept of reaching out can be a scary and intimidating thing. Trust me, it's how I felt when I was struggling too. But when I was at one of my lowest points, I made the difficult decision to reach out for help, and it honestly paid off for me, so I know it can pay off for you. Alright, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for listening to my rambles and my stupid hair flop in the wind. And yeah, anyway, I'm Matthew Ginzali, and remember, there's always a reason to smile.